This is the GT-R R35 by Nissan, an immensely powerful and very iconic car. If you just look at the way it just looks, it has that kind of snarling kind of look, and there's no wonder they call it Godzilla. I'm going to show you around this V6 twin turbo engine that pumps out incredible horsepower.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Bilal. In this episode I will give a brief tour of the car's design and aerodynamics, a look at its engine,
and then we'll take a spin in it as well. So I hope you enjoy this episode. This is a 2011 model, so you can see there's particular features that I'll show you around that are distinguished. Just look at these particular lights, the vents that come in there, the larger wheels, the kind of takes there, and that classical C-pillar is the aerodynamics that I'll talk you through, and how this is kind of designed either to allow kind of downforce in there, the kind of spoiler as to how it kind of curves in there. These lovely round lights, which I really adore, the classic GT-R badge, and overall just look at that kind of classic Daytona blue. I mean, that just sparkles, and just that kind of classic C-pillar. So it's got its own aggressive style, it's got its kind of classic flair. I like the back kind of flare out arches there, and everything is designed kind of perfectly aerodynamically, so it kind of has great downforce.
When it was first introduced in 2007, it took the motoring press by storm, with great reviews all around and comparison tests which made Porsche, Ferrari and Lamborghini all think again. The mastermind behind this is a chief engineer, Satoshi MIZUNO, also known as Mr. GT-R, who was responsible for the mechanical aspects of the development of this car. Now, Nissan continues to manufacture various iterations of the R35 in all its different kind of specifications and NISMO models, but this particular model is the OG. And during the years, this car is featured in the Fast and Furious, and more recently the Gran Turismo film. I have to say that there is a particular magical charm to this car. It's hard to describe, but when you see it, it draws you in like a mystical Japanese artwork or a Japanese hokusai painting. At the front of the car, the GT-R features a large grille with a distinctive shape that helps to improve airflow and cooling to the engine. The car's hood is also shaped to optimize airflow and reduce drag. The car's fenders are flared to accommodate the large wheels and tyres, and the side skirts help to improve the aerodynamics and stability at high speeds. Towards the rear, it has a big, deep flanks and looks pumped with a muscular pose. The designers of the GT-R R35 took ideas from animated Japanese robot characters, Japanese body armour and fighter jets, so that the car would have a certain GT-R character. It certainly does, a combination of jet fighter cockpit with a sharp C-pillar. The rear distinctive spoiler has a nice curve, and together with these air ducts help to reduce drag and improve stability at high speeds and provide downforce. The car's taillights are the iconic round lights for which the GT-R is known for, inspired by the Kenmeri of the 1970s. It's quite apparent that the GT-R designers have worked with the aerodynamics wind tunnel team. The details of the exterior are functional and very aerodynamic. Look at these shaped sides. The traditional large frontal area has low drag, which is due to spending time in the tunnel.
So this is the interior of the GT-R. It's absolutely spectacular. Just look at the way the steering is put together, the ergonomics of the interior, the dials, the paddle shifts, the kind of gear change.
The dashboard is intuitive and easy to use with a range of advanced tech features. The car features a large digital instrument cluster that displays a range of performance information. It's like being in a Formula One pit with all those details to hand. Even though the GT-R's cabin is more modernized and has a fancy steering and all these controls, but it still feels inherently Nissan. You feel like a fighter pilot with all these performance controls, adjustable suspension, torque distribution and traction control. It's quite a smart car, and it makes you feel like a competent driver with all its driver aids.
So easy to read. I mean, just look at that. Oh, just it's so clear, and just the way you kind of are seated here is just fantastic. You know, you've got the paddle shifts here and the handbrake, and you've got the kind of easy the other passengers They can sit in the back there. I quite like this kind of seating. Some people complain about you quite higher. I think it's better for your back and easier for long-term drives. These Recaro seats are just spectacular in leather, but it has that right kind of feel. You've got the brilliant Recaro seats, and of course it sits in comfortably 4 people. And I think it's just a great car. So it's okay, and if you're like kind of beyond 6 foot, you might be hitting the top roof, but I quite like the interior of this car. Absolutely perfect for a driver. It could be, compared to other newer cars, a bit more kind of older, but I think that is what is about the charm of this particular car.
Before we go on to discuss the performance figures of this beast, one of the intriguing features of this car is that each engine is handcrafted by Takumi craftsmen, specialists who have honed their craft in making engines, and it's made in a specialized room in Japan. Who else offers this level of craftsmanship? The 3.8 litre V6 engine in the GT-R R35 generates a total of 541 brake horsepower at 6,500 revs and 448 pounds-foot of torque. It does 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. It feels really fast. It reaches a top speed of more than 190 miles an hour. It's not just about straight line speed. The Nissan R35 has an advanced all-wheel drive system that helps it grip the road and handle corners with precision. It's a practical car, which all Nissans are known for. What I like is that it's not too low, so it's easy to get in and out of without any special slide-in maneuvers, and it has good visibility.
Just check out this boot space. Now, where in any kind of supercar do you get this kind of space? Look how deep that is. Let's take a spin inside this car. Whoa! At low speeds, it kind of has this great revs. Listen to that. Just listen to that. Oh, wow. Oh, that crackle boom. That exhaust. Even the kind of phone is flying around.
You'd also see that the gears shift in split seconds so smoothly and without a thought. It's faster than any human mechanical shift, and there is no clunk in the shifts, showing how well that Nissan have refined this gearbox.
Wow! Whoa! Absolutely mental. Just listen to that. That engine. You wouldn't think that's a V6. Absolutely incredible. Let's look at that. Whoa. And your heart just goes absolutely mind-blowing. Just listen to that engine. You wouldn't even think it's a V6 engine. That's the other thing about it. Oh, yeah. And the cornering, and we're taking the cornering gears up and more and more. And look at that. It's like you're being in an F1 car. Look at that. Your chest pushed back, your kidneys being kicked to the back, and the car holds its own. Just check this out. Listen to that noise. And the braking. Absolutely incredible. Listen to that noise. Crackle crackle boom. Wow. Wow. You can feel the gear change and that crackle boom. Amazing sounds. Amazing sounds. DJ R35. Whoa. What an incredible drive. Another technical trick is that the car channels air which escapes from the engine bay into the under tray tunnel and mixes it with the air from underneath the car, increasing the car's speed and smoothness of the airflow, which also make it stick to the road. The first practicality is that if you're in the UK, you're most likely limited to a 20 miles an hour limit in most areas. Just so we are clear that this video was filmed before any restrictions came into force. At the end, it's a Nissan and it's reliable. With proper maintenance and care, this car can provide reliable service for many years. This is an everyday supercar. Now, prices have shot up incredibly. For what the Nissan GT-R offers, this is a bargain supercar. Prices are going to rise as they do with GT-Rs. In terms of running costs, it has the Nissan pedigree, so it's reasonable to maintain, except that it will require the usual Nissan servicing. If you look after it well, then it's relatively low maintenance. And if you are an R35 owner, I welcome your comments on the maintenance or any other points that you might have below. This is fast. This is furious. It gets the adrenaline pumping. The visceral engine and brutal performance wins it for me. Handcrafted engine and that Daytona blue. The car in front is a Nissan. The car in front is the GT-R. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for more.